I just got a bit of a rant about myself, about my life, and there's gonna be some background noise because fucking people like right outside my fucking window, and if I can hear them, they can probably hear me. So, just it's fucking annoying. I just want to record something because I haven't uploaded a video to this channel in almost a month, except for that Resident Evil 2 knifing video, but I mean like a rant video. So I just want to talk about why like I hate that I'm partially Spanish. I'm also partially German, but I don't hate that part because it gives me the engineering side of my mind, I guess. Um the inventive side, the creative side that I have, I believe at least. But my dad was like a little bit of an artist. He was more of a doodler, but yeah, that's like the only good thing that I've gotten from my dad was the art thing. Otherwise, I just hate that I'm partially Spanish because of him. Ever since I was, I don't know, a child, like my life has been not the greatest, and I believe it's because of my race. I could I could list so many examples of like why I hate it, but I'll only do a couple. Um, I'll only cite a couple or a few, whatever. Um, I was bullied by fucking weird, stupid, popular fucking Spanish kids in junior high. They would just not leave me alone. I never bothered them. They just felt the need to pick on me for whatever reason. And of course, nobody ever did anything about it. It happened in front of a teacher, and teacher didn't do anything. Yeah, it's just there are some days where I just like wish that I could get my revenge like tenfold. And I'm talking about like extreme, extreme pain. But yeah, but there was a point in my life where I was sort of like getting bullied. I don't really know what to call it. It's probably just more so shit talk rather than being bullied. So there was like a fire drill, I think, one time in junior high, and I had a crush on this Spanish girl. She had like a really petite figure, but like a nice fat ass. So I was near her in the fire drill, and I was just minding my own business, looking at it sometimes, and just looking away, so that like I tried to not be too obvious, and thankfully nothing regarding that like happened. But basically, there's this stupid Mexican kid who, well, he claimed to be Mexican, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. Um, he was near me in the fire drill line. I can't remember exactly what happened, But I think he like backed up into me or something, or something like the line was moving and we bumped into each other or something like that. And he turns around to me and he says like back the fuck up, you fake Mexican. I was like, what the hell? Like I'm not even proud to be partially Spanish. Like why would the fuck would I care if he said that to me? Like I was just like, what the fuck? Fucking retarded, man. I didn't get offended by it or anything. It's just I just thought it was really stupid. Um I don't know why he said that. I don't know where he got like a rumor or anything that I was Mexican at all, because I'm not. I'm not gonna say where my dad is from because I'm just honestly embarrassed about it. So none of you guys will know who are watching the video. But I don't have a Spanish accent because throughout my childhood I was mostly around white people, thank God for that at least. And I was treated as a white person, and I'm at least grateful for that. Whenever I remember once I was taken to like an all Spanish school once during my childhood, and that was like the most depressing thing I ever experienced. I remember I cried because I didn't want to be there, and I felt so lost and just like out of place, and it just felt like I didn't belong there, and it was hell the moment I got there. I didn't understand anything anybody was saying because I didn't speak Spanish at the time, and it was just I think my dad wanted me to go there because he wanted me to learn the language, but yeah, I just that was never gonna happen for me. Even my dad eventually got a Mexican girlfriend, and eventually Spanish was like one of the languages that was most spoken inside the home. But even then, I just didn't really care to learn it. And the only time I really had to use a language was like when I got into trouble with my dad. Well, that's about it. He was just like such an abusive piece of crap. Um, it's mainly why I have a problem with my voice now. My vocal cords keep shutting because during my childhood I've been like trained to like just not talk or just like only listen when I was in trouble and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to get into too much detail with that. Um, I don't. I just don't want to relive it. Um, I hate being partially Spanish for so many reasons, but that's like one of the main ones that I just listed. Like just because like the whole bullying thing. Like I was bullied in school for my last name. I'm not gonna say that either. Um, but it was made fun of a lot. But then when I changed states, and I moved to where I am now, people thought my last name was the coolest thing ever, and I could never believe them because of my experience with my previous location. But yeah, I never really learned to adapt to that kind of thing. To that kind of thing. So I just, even to this day, I still believe that people are just out to insult me just for that, just for something that's out of my control. Like even if I went to like a place to change my name legally, I wouldn't even want like another fucking Spanish last name. Like fuck no, man. It would have to be either like a white name or some kind of made up Asian name. It's fuck every other race, honestly. Even my own race or even my own heritage is to say, because I consider myself white. I don't care what fucking genes that I have. People that I talk to, Spanish people that I've talked to at my previous job have said that I'm more white than anything. So what I'm gonna do from now on is like whenever I go to like fill out a job application or if I have to like renew my license slash ID, I'm just gonna put fucking white on there. I'm not even gonna fucking put Latino or Spanish or anything. Like fuck, I'm so done with this shit because it has ruined my life. It's something that has been completely out of control and I hate it and I did nothing to deserve this shit. To like deserve belittling, dehumanization, or any of this crap that makes you fucking depressed. Makes you believe that you're lesser than everybody else. Like it's hard enough to be a man in today's world, but imagine being alive in 2000 and just like having everybody fucking insult your name, your race, accuse people of the other, accuse people of the same like I don't know heritage as you are, such as like Latino or Dominican or whatever you're from, Puerto Rican, Spanish in general. Imagine people just like saying, "Oh, you're all the same. You're all relatives just because you have the same fucking skin color or whatever, or you speak the same language, or you have the same hair color or eye color or whatever." Like you cannot imagine how fucking annoying and offensive that is to go through that during a time before it was like I don't know. I don't even know what I was gonna say there, but it's just things are just like more widely accepted now. I guess is what I'm trying to get at, and but just imagine back then, like before all that was the thing. Like it's just ruthless. Every day at home felt like a fucking prison as well. I wish I had like a white father because I feel like I feel like my height has been somewhat shortened because of my dad. Like I am 5'10", and I feel like I could have been at least maybe 5'11" to 6 foot if I had had like a white father. But I'm grateful that I'm not black at all whatsoever. Cause fuck that. But I am glad that I do have some white in me at least. The German more specifically. Uh, but unfortunately, I don't have blue eyes or green eyes. Kind of wish I did though. But no, I have brown eyes, black hair, pretty much the typical, you know, color that a Spanish person would have. It's just my skin's very light toned. It's gotten somewhat darker over the years, especially if I've gotten a job. Like the sunlight fucking ruins the complexion over time, and if I quit my job and I go back to being a fucking neat, my skin tone will go back to being pale like it used to be. And so that's where it is right now. Um, but yeah, just I hate this shit. Like it could be worse. I can understand that it could be worse, but I hate the fact that I went through the bullying through high school and that I've been called ugly by a few girls, or I've even been called a freak by some girl that thought that I grabbed her ass in junior high school when I didn't. What actually happened was we were waiting at the bus stop, like near each other, and I never talked to this girl, but I knew her sister. Uh, she was Spanish as well, and so we were at the bus stop, like just waiting for the bus to go home. And I don't know, for some reason she hits my backpack. And I was only 14 at the time, I think 13 or 14 when this happened. So she hits my backpack and she turns around and she fucking slaps me on my shoulder and just says, "You freak." And it's just like standing there like clueless, like what the fuck did I do? And I'm just like trying to understand like what the fuck happened. I'm just like looking at her like what the fuck. She just turns around going back to talk to her friend and stuff. And I'm just left there like clueless, but I eventually understand what happened. And I think what happened was I just like took a step backwards because I don't know, just like probably just trying to be comfortable while standing for a long time, I guess. I don't know. Or I was probably listening to my Walkman at the time. You know, the Sony Walkman CD player that was popular at the time in like the early 2000s. I had one of those blue ones. That was my favorite color for it. But yeah, I don't know. That was fucking stupid, and I believe that if I was like a white kid, I would have gotten at least not called a freak, but maybe I still would have gotten a slap on the shoulder. But still, it's just like it didn't offend me or anything. It's just like it was just stupid, honestly. There was I don't think like this is exclusive to Spanish people in general, but this is just like you just know when a person is like fucking delusional, crazy, or fucking just out there, fucking mentally. when shit like this happens. So like I was I was at home alone with my brother once. Uh and my dad and his girlfriend, and they had went out. They came back home a few hours later, but while they were away, they had made us food, or she made us food. The girlfriend made us food, and she had this Buddha thing, Buddha statue or whatever. I don't know what to call it because I don't really give a shit. I don't care to get the terminology correct because honestly, it doesn't deserve my respect. But she had this stupid Buddha statue thing. And I'm not saying like the Buddha is stupid. I'm talking about the actual statue that was hers. So, on the way back home, she comes in the door and she goes to the fucking statue and she asks it if we actually ate the food or not, like me and my brother. And apparently, she got an answer from it saying no when we did in fact eat it. So, we just get in trouble no matter what. So that was fucking stupid, and honestly, that was just my dad just being desperate for, you know, punani or whatever. Just another example of my dad just being a piece of crap. He'd rather believe a fucking girl that had no fucking visa or was a immigrant basically over his own son. Sometimes I still have dreams about like being in a family with my dad and we're just still arguing and I'm always the one that's wrong, but I just like I'm no longer like afraid of him. I just tell him to shut up in my dreams and I eventually just go do whatever the fuck I want. Like, there's some kind of peace there that I made with it, but it's not all there. But yeah, just like it I think the last dream that I had about my dad was probably like months, maybe to like half a year ago or something like that. Just like just a dream of like having dinner together and stuff and just honestly I wish I could just get rid of them. Also, when I was a kid, I felt like everybody else had like a better family than me. I don't think that's like exclusive to my situation. I think that's just, bad parenting in general. It's not really like a Hispanic slash Latino thing, but it is more likely that that is the case because of it. But still, it's just, whenever I was at school and there was like parent teacher night or whatever conference, or if there was like a project we were supposed to show our parents, I see like everybody else like happy and joyful to see their parents, but it was just like such a foreign concept to me to see that with everybody else. Meanwhile, I'm at home just basically like hoping my dad doesn't fucking, yell at me as soon as I get home. And stuff like that. It doesn't fucking like hit me with a belt over the stupidest shit. Like I wish I could have had like a normal family, because to me normal is, or normal back then was just accepting physical abuse and being okay with it. And then like being lost and understanding why nobody wants to be my friend when I was an asshole to them. Like that was my confusion back then. All the way up to 15 years old. There's like there's so many more examples I could probably say, like such as like having a crush on a girl and not having it go my way, etc. To like to where just like having problems with my brother and stuff. I don't know. Just like dumb, stupid, dumb, petty shit. Dumb, trivial shit. That makes no fucking difference in the real world. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I just hate that I'm partially Spanish. The only thing that I ever got and get out of it was the art ability. The ability to draw. And you know, I didn't always fucking draw the dream Asian girl that I have. I used to draw like stuff from my imagination, like cars, cityscapes, whatever I could think of, really. Um, well, back when I was in junior high, I used to draw pictures of girls that I knew in real life, or just like knew of, not really knew them in person, like girls that I had a crush on, stuff like that. But yeah, eventually my dad found them and we had to talk about it over the phone because I had already moved at that point. But yeah, I was just stupid. And when he came over to visit me to the new place that I was staying at, he just fucking like embarrassed me in front of like a classmate that happened to be at Jack in the Box one day, and he was talking about my drawings and how I should fucking uh sell them for money and stuff. Basically, they were drawings of girls, like just I'll just say that they were inappropriate and leave it at that, because that was my way of like just like helping myself through the stress of like being at home and just like escaping reality, and you know yeah, like I didn't want the reality of seeing everybody else happy at school while I was basically silent, a nobody, and just basically had to pretend that I was like part of the cool group just to get by through the day. I hated it. I hated middle school slash junior high, but I liked high school. High school was I liked high school because it was a part of my life when my dad was no longer in it, and I got to make friends. There were no there were no restrictions on which friends I could have and stuff like that. Stuff like that. It was like a time that I actually felt free and normal for a little bit. But yeah, but even still, like I got rejected by girls even then. So pretty sure largely it was because of my just like me being Hispanic slash Latino. It's probably most likely why I was rejected. Not seen as something desirable. Even though on YouTube, like back in YouTube, the OG times of YouTube, like 2006, 2007, 2008, that era. There was a time where you could post any picture you wanted as the background of your profile, similar to what MySpace was offering. And I had put my picture on there quite a few times, and I had Asian girls calling me cute and stuff like that. So, like, I kind of wish I had the evidence for it because, like, I could at least just look at it and just like say to myself, like, damn, this was a good time to be alive. But I don't even have that. But yeah, I really enjoyed being on YouTube during that era, but now it's just YouTube is fucking trash. And every time YouTube fucking reminds me that it's fucking Hispanic Culture Month or whatever, like I just like say to myself, like I don't give a shit. Stop suggesting that I care. Like I just say that to him as if I was talking to like the fucking head of YouTube or whatever. And I really don't give a shit. I hate fucking Hispanic slash Spanish culture, Latino culture, or whatever. It's fucking dog shit to me. I even had to go to like an all Spanish Catholic church when I was like a young teenager, not by choice, every Sunday. And um, sorry, I was reading a message. Uh, so yeah, I was talking about the church, Catholic church. Like every Sunday we went. Like this isn't exclusive to fucking Spanish girls or anything, but I'm pretty sure it happens in every fucking culture. But yeah, every Sunday we went. The stupid fucking Spanish girls dressed like sluts. Like, if anybody out there listening thinks that church girls are good, like, you're so fucking wrong. So fucking wrong. You couldn't be more wrong about it. They're basically just like normal girls that wouldn't go to church, or like teenage girls who are like rebels. Basically the same shit. But yeah, I've only had two girls in my life actually like confess to me, and they're both white. One was blonde that looked exactly like Rachel McAdams. And the other one didn't really look like any celebrity per se. She was just like your typical cute brunette. She had a nice butt, but she was like a petite figure, flat chested, somewhat flat chested, not completely. But yeah, like the brunette was probably like the only girl in my past that I feel like that I would want to go back in time and just like try to, because I like when she told me she thought that I was always hot ever since I was like in the third grade. Um, I just didn't know what to say, so, and she just like she was with a guy, and the guy just like said, "Okay, you told him, so let's go." And yeah, that was that. Like every day, I just like I kind of wish. Well, not every day, but most days, I just like kind of wish I could go back in time and just like explore that. And if she wasn't lying, then I would definitely try to fix it. Cause yeah, she wasn't bad looking at all. And honestly, I just felt like I wasn't good enough for her. That's probably why I just didn't say anything. Because I've been brought up to believe that I'm not good enough, or that I'm not even human, that I don't deserve love at all whatsoever. But yeah, there's just so much tied to like why I hate being fucking partially Spanish. But I think I'm just gonna end it there because I could just go on and on. It would be meaningless. But yeah, anyway, see ya.